Yeah, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You are welcome to another episode of the Diaspora Global Panel. With me today, I have Jude Unwa Okolo from Dublin, Ireland, and Anthony Eze from the United States. I am Olakunle Lemboye, joining you from Canada. Today, we have interesting topics to discuss. We are very sorry for joining you late today, for coming to you late today. We will try as much as possible to do justice to the topics we have for you today. Yes, as we know, last week there were a lot of eventful stories that emanated from Nigeria. You see, last week, we realized that shockingly, and I will say this shockingly, that people have been wondering, the politicians are just doling out, this money, contributing to the APC presidential campaign. You see, the nomination form, they were just doling out 100 million naira, not a small sum, and you see, many Nigerians are complaining. They are saying, well, they stole this money, so why can't they spend it anyhow? Because obviously, you see, many of those that actually, spent the 100 million, you see, knew that their ambition, wasn't going to go anywhere. And we just saw that they were just like, withdrawing from the race. You see, it was so shocking that after paying 100 million, you see, you are now withdrawing. So the 100 million, you just bumped it. Guys, this is where we are going to start from. Because a friend of mine called my attention to this story, and it's about, the Accountant General of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Accountant General, who was, arrested by EFCC, for over 80 billion naira fraud. And this guy, it has been alleged that, most of the money, he used it, on properties in his state, I think Kano. I believe that the politicians, they are not helping themselves. Because when people are complaining in Nigeria that they stole the money that they were using to buy the presidential ticket, this news is emerging. And the former Sultan of Sokoto, what was his name again? I've forgotten his name. Sanusi, the former central bank governor, who was talking at a forum. He said that, he was talking to the governor of a state, and he said that, I hope your state will be blessed with investors, just as APC has been blessed with presidential aspirants. You see, he was having a dig, saying what Nigerians are intimately feeling. This news is emerging now. Let me start from Jude. Jude, what is your take on this? 80 billion fraud by the Attorney General of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Accountant General.
Okay. Yes, the Accountant General, sorry.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Tony, you're welcome. Dr. Kole, you're welcome. My audience, you are all welcome. Interesting night today. Lots of things happening in Nigeria. We have to deal with it like we have been dealing with them before, without fear or favor. And we are not afraid here to say whatever we see, whatever we hear, because we are here to improve our country. We want to make that country turn around to what it has become, to become real Nigeria we know before. So my take on this, It's like I used to do. The accountant general, like we know, is one of those things happening in Nigeria, and people in office have used Nigerian money to turn it around to become their own without fear of anything that will happen to them.
Of retribution. As if
Exactly.
nothing is going to happen to them.
Exactly. Apparently, EFCC are not giving the free hand to do their job. They need to give that free hand to do their job because that's what they are appointed to do. And when we see the way they push sometimes to get these people apprehended, sometimes they try their best, and at the same time, they look like, oh, what is happening to us? Somebody is restricting us from doing this. It's appalling. And if you tie their hands and you don't want them to do their job, then you don't need that country. The country cannot come out from where it is. Accountant General Operation, with this account of money that will be in
80 billion naira.
80 billion, that will feed the poor masses of Nigeria that are suffering today, should be held accountable, should be dealt with according to law. We here will not step aside out of this matter. We dig into it and make sure that what we are seeing here face what is supposed to be. The EFCC should handle this issue in a normal order, prosecuted, follow the rules, and let the law take its course. Because we have seen here, the story here behind is the money has been, diverted in so many ways.
Yes,
But
yes.
This is Nigerian money. This is Nigerian money. These people are
Yes,
suffering.
let me give it. It said he allegedly laundered the money through real estate investment in Kano and Abuja, and he used bogus consultancies and other illegal activities, to siphon the money using proxies, family members and close associates. You see, these people, they will not do it alone. But it's clear now, as we can see, 80 billion these guys stole.
80 billion.
Yes.
Yeah. Convert that to dollar or pound and see what amounts to.
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. That's what we are saying.
Yeah, let me leave Tony to have a show there.
Tony.
Yeah. It's a pleasure being around today. So, a typical Nigerian, this is not big news because they have seen almost on a daily basis people who are being arrested for fraud. We only hear about the arrests. We usually don't hear about the end of the game. A couple of months back, most people who are in government and the retired ones, a list of their names were published in foreign banks where a lot of Nigerian money is lodged. You only hear it. You don't hear when it is recovered, if at all it's recovered. So the problem we have is not identifying fraud, but prosecuting fraud. And like you pointed out, oftentimes why these things die a natural death is that they are not alone. These things are shared out among members of the gang or the cabal. So if they are in authority where you want to prosecute these people, or you are a member of the FCC, depending on the force behind this accountant general, if he has powerful people behind him, that's the end of the story. You will just hear about the accusation or allegation. Nothing will come out of it because every other person in government is still the same. People don't fear to steal money in Nigeria because they know nothing will happen to them. All they need to do is to call on their godfather. Listen, this thing we did has busted, though. You need to call your friend to take care of the thing. We remember a couple of months back again, we heard about a lady in the petroleum ministry that stole so many. Are you still hearing about the story?
No. No, 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 no.
Okay, so this particular one will not be different. It will go the natural cause, theft or embezzlement, the route they go in Nigeria. Nobody cares. And again, depending on the tribe you come from, there are some tribes that if it's involved in 1/4 of this, the way it will be publicized and pounded, you think he has
He
stolen
has done.
trillion.
He has committed murder.
Fine. That's always takes me back to my popular saying that this country, Nigeria, belongs to some people and they decide on their own which one is a priority to be prosecuted and which one is not. You remember again one time there was a situation where one of the presidential candidates had to go to the press, went to the president to warn members of the EFCC to back off. When this is an organization constituted by law to do their job, this is what they do. They will call their godfather, listen, go in and do the dirty job, and that's the end of the game.
Thank you, Tony. I think the person you referred to, if I'm not wrong, if I'm not mistaken, was Okorocha, who went to
So. Yeah.
Yes, who went to meet the president and said it publicly that the president should warn EFCC for doing their job. And I have to be honest with you. You see, I'm really impressed with EFCC. You see, EFCC, they have been doing some things recently that I think that I think this guy, the EFCC chairman, has finally, come out of his shell. You see, he's doing what Nigeria expect him to do. Look at this story. Patricia Ete, the former speaker of the House of Representatives, who was arrested for 30 million naira fraud during his time. I think she kind of helped to facilitate, the award of a contract worth 240 million, you see, awarded by the NDDC, the Niger Delta Development Commission. And this is why this case is so appalling to me. Because we have been crying about the marginalization and the neglect of the Niger Delta.
Yeah.
Now, a special commission to bring development to the area was commissioned. Yes. And what the allegation that has been flying around is that the politicians are using it as a cash cow. They facilitate contract and they siphon money. This is a contract meant for the people.
Yes.
And this lady is a contract sum of 240 million, but 253, you see, rising to 287 million, was finally paid, to the contractor. No reason was given. What was the extra money for? Nobody knows. However, they realized that the contractor sent 130 million to this woman, Patricia Ete. You see, as we can see, this is what Nigerians are saying. Nigerians are not happy, especially with politicians rolling out, 100 million, as if they are just tuning out 1,000 naira.
Now, let me just ask a question. Because oftentimes it's not just the embezzlement alone, but the abandonment of the contract itself. Is it on record that even this contract was completed?
Honestly speaking, I don't know how the contract
works. Because this is where the root cause of our problem. All they do is that grab the money, share it among themselves. Some contract may be awarded 10 times.
10 times. Imagine that.
You award the first one, it's abandoned. They share the money. During another political dispensation, they award another one. Some roads You keep on seeing roads that have been awarded sometime between 5 to 10 times, and nobody is actually going to jail for embezzling the money because the powers that be are kind of got their share. This is a country that needs God help because you don't know who to believe again. It's so horrible.
It's all
Mr.
right.
Tony,
Thank you.
let me come in here. Let's talk about Niger Delta. Niger Delta has been classified as a slum area due to the fact that their area is messed up with uh, dumps from oil drilling. They cannot farm on the lands. They cannot build, and government is trying to put in money to make that place livable for people who are in that area, that region. And people like this woman, when they give them contract to develop that area for the people of Niger Delta to live, to
Yeah.
inhabit, to drink good water, to live, to farm, they take it on themselves and pocket it and send it abroad. This is a shame to Nigerians, to the people of Niger Delta, and they keep on crying every day, vandalizing the pipelines and stuff like that. That government is not providing money for them, but they give the money to their people and they embezzle it and send it all abroad, and they don't care about themselves, about their own people. You can
Yes.
you can imagine Jonathan was there for years. He tried to push in money to Nigeria data, but let me tell you now. If you go to Nigeria as a whole, the slumpest area you can ever think of is the Nigerian deltas, where the oil revenue of Nigeria is coming from. It is appalling. It's a shame to these Nigerian deltas who takes people's money and cover it to their own pocket. And turn around, they cause that problem to the average Nigerians, causing trouble because the ordinary Nigerian deltas don't know what is happening. They cry around, government somehow trying to please them. So one or two people gather themselves and pocket this money. This lady is kind of people we should allow to rot in jail.
That's powerful. That is
Yes.
powerful, Jude. That is powerful. You see, what Jude has said, Jude has actually echoed the sentiment shared by most Nigerians. And I watched this PDP stalwart, Alhaji Galadima, who is supporting Kwankoso. This man said that what the APC has done with the 100 million that they are just doling out, that they have created problems. They have created a tsunami for them. That if you watch him on channels, that even the people that is afraid of the people rising up, you see, against the rich people, because they are just flaunting it in our faces. And we can now see that most of this money, and nobody is accusing all these people that bought the nomination forms, because there were loads of them that some organization bought the forms for, you see. But what they are saying is that the sentiment flying around is that they stole the money.
Yes.
And as you can see, the story of the accountant general is there. Okay, the story of our auntie Patricia Ete is there. Look at the picture of the warehouse built by the accountant general with stolen funds, Ahmed Idris.
Yeah.
This should be a state property.
Yes.
But this guy used Nigeria's money to build it for himself. They said that this warehouse can actually stock goods from 100 trailers, and you are still counting. So this is what we are getting in Nigeria. Okay, and I want to say, you see, I don't think it's early, but I want to thank, you see, the EFCC for at least, you see, bringing all these things to light and at least doing their jobs. I don't know if we have a caller. If we have a caller, Jude, please do let me know Um, our callers can call us on WhatsApp on this number plus 353-87-226-5271 plus 353-87-226-5271. This is the live program going on. We are very sorry that we brought it late today. Yes, moving on. You see, news also emerged that the governor of Lagos State, Sanwo-Olu, bans Okada in 6 local government areas: Ikeja, Surulere, Lagos Mainland, Lagos Island, Apapa, and Etiosa. And I think Lekki was added to the list. And we know that Okada riding is one of the major drivers of our economy, because even graduates are riding Okada. Is one of the major sources of income that is bringing succor to our people. And hearing this news, honestly speaking, I was kind of baffled. I was shocked. And honestly, for like a day or two, I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to make out of it. Because I kept, you see, several scenarios kept playing in my brain. Could it be because of the problem that happened between MC Oluomo, the former NURT or whatever chairman, you see, that led to the governor banning the activities of these Agbero boys, and now set up a committee to run the affairs of the NURTW in Lagos. Okay, and made MC Oluomo the chairman because, you see, rumor has it, you see, I'm not an authority, you see, in this space. But I am just talking about, you see, what I've read, what I have heard, that I know that the guy that was like giving MC Oluomo problems has something to do with this Keke and Okada, their association. So it kept playing in my brain. Why is this so? Then I kept seeing online, you see, that this is true. This is true. It started in February. And for some reasons, I didn't know. I didn't know that the ban was actually in place since February, but the government just started effecting it, as this circular has said. And some of the reasons that the government gave, they said because of insecurity. And they said that the ban is indefinite and it is total. You see? So, Tony, what do you have to say to this? Because I have to be honest with you, I'm deflated.
You see, the history of how most of these governors emerge in some major states says a lot what their action should be. A state like Lagos State, we have king megas who pick up those who are going to be the next governor. You recall that the previous governor could not complete his 8 years for reason best known to the king makers. Now, if a governor in a state like Lagos depends on the vote of Lagosians, there are certain actions highly unexpected. But most of them really operate like military governors, because oftentimes the voters are not the one who will determine whether they will do a second term. Because what is happening with this Okada is so annoying, because for you to tell a group of people not to make a living from the only source they know, you must have an alternative. In fact, the Okadas, by participating in this kind of business, they contributed to the reduction of crime in Lagos.
That's what we are
Because
saying.
if you want these people to study business, not just Okada, but including the tricycle keke, okay? So if you want this to stop, what kind of alternative? I heard the commissioner of Lagos State, I think information, mentioning that these people, they were given adequate chance to find alternative means of livelihood. With the gross high unemployment in Nigeria,
With the current situation in that country,
and not only that, you went ahead to be seizing, I think, about 200 motorcycles. Some of these people have not paid off this motorcycle.
they are on higher purchase.
Yes,
Majority.
yes, you deprive them of their means of livelihood. You deprive them of ability to pay off the Okada they bought on high purchase, and then you don't have alternative. Now, this is a recipe for more crime. They are saying that Okada is a rat for committing crime. Now knowing that when you make these people jobless,
They will go to armed robbery.
everything will come into place. So any person who is taking this kind of decision needs to be called to order.
Honestly speaking, I'm disappointed in Sanwo-Olu.
Yeah, but the
I'm
fact is that
disappointed in him. I'm angry with these people.
but he's
Who do they think they are? They can just wake up and make some bogus, stupid, terrible, horrific laws.
No, they know that the voters do not matter to them. Because if they do, he would have known right out that he's not coming for second term. Because Okada have a high population. Keke group has high population. If they decide not to vote for him, how would you win again for the second term? But in Nigeria, they don't play by the rule. They use jungle justice. Because people rig their way to the office, they don't care about the reaction of people. What they would have done for Okada riders is what they did to Boko Haram converts and what they did to the Niger Delta when they.
Can you imagine that?
Yes.
The terrorists,
yes.
You are rehabilitating them.
Thank you.
And you threw the Okada riders, people looking for livelihood. What was it?
Exactly.
Oh my God.
You need you need a rehab for them. You need alternative job for them. If somebody decide not to take the job you provided, it's okay. Okay, the Lagos governor and understand they are trying to see how the rail line, the train will take care of transportation. Now, the hold up you have in Lagos are so much so that the only savior is Okada, because there are some places you go, you can stay hours on the hold up. But these Okadas are able to maneuver and take people to their destination. The governor and his group, they don't care about the commuters who are going to be in trouble. They don't care about these particular operators who will have no food on the table. And tomorrow they will tell you there is a crime increase in Lagos State. And they are the architect of that. So the thing is that in a country where the law does not take its proper place. And now, guess what? A lot of lives going to be lost because these people, when they don't have alternative, they keep on demonstrating. Riots will be everywhere because most of these Okada drivers are the grassroots voters who, at the end of the day, they want to make life miserable for the rest of the Lagosians. Now, you find out what is happening that sometimes they're going to underground motivate some people to go and say, we don't want Okada. Nobody will tell you they don't want Okada because this is the safest thing they have going on for them. So, what are we going to do? If you go to court, they are the one who will decide it in the court. Otherwise, it's unacceptable to throw somebody into the unemployment market without alternative.
The governor threw them under the bus.
Exactly.
He threw them under the bus. I understand what they are talking about if they talked about safety, because Okada riders can be a menace on the road. when you are traveling, especially the densely populated area. You see, it could be a menace. But for me, you see, I don't believe in total ban or cancellation. I believe in regulation. You regulate.
Yeah.
You regulate. So why would you just throw them under the bus? You see, I have gotten in touch with the office of the governor, Sanwo-Olu, before, even though I didn't get any message, any reply to my issues. But I'm going to write him again. And I think we should write him. I'm encouraging Nigerians to write him. Because this is unbecoming. This is very wrong. You see, full disclosure, I have an affiliation with the APC. Okay? But I have said it. When we are on Diaspora Global Panel, we lay it there. Okay? We will speak the truth to everybody in power, even if that person is my family. What this governor has done, the statement from his commissioner, and I want to say this, Tony, from what you said, the commissioner is incompetent. For him to say that they have given them enough time to get alternative. Alternative from where? How will they pay the higher purchase balance? How will they put money on the table? What programs? What programs has the government, you see, instituted to cushion the effect of this sudden change in their lives? So I have to say this. This is a terrible, terrible decision from this government. It should not be allowed to stand. I call on, the public crusaders, the social, the public defenders, the social critic to jump on this matter, to take this government to court and make sure they stop their excesses. This is wrong and it should not be allowed to stand. Please, let me go to Jude. I'm very sorry, Jude. I took the shine off you. You see, I was just angry. I'm very flabbergasted by what I just heard. This is a total shock to me.
It's allowed. It's allowed. Yeah, to be honest, I grew up in Lagos. I'm a Lagosian. I grew up in Ikeja. I know everything, every nook and cranny of Lagos State. And the governor has been misinformed. I was thinking that Sanwo-Olu was a local before he became governor. We are the locals in Lagos State. And we know the power of Okada in Lagos State. The Okadas don't cause trouble. They are just individuals on the ground level trying to survive. And I bet you 80% of the middle class, the lower class people live on Okada business. That's the easiest way they can survive. That's the way they can bring back money home daily for their family. And Sanwo-Olu has been misinformed. He has missed it there. He missed it there. I was one of the best governors I love in Nigeria. I used to love. But in this aspect of this we're talking about now, he has missed it. Because the depriving of these people of their livelihood that means that Lagos might, in the next future, become like Katsina, Sokoto, what we're hearing. These guys will turn around and they will torture him as governor. They will torture any governor that comes there. They will make sure they make the government uncomfortable because there's no other livelihood. They're going to turn to a different thing. My best advice is that he should reverse that order. Because these Okada guys, they don't cause trouble. They are just wake up in the morning, drive their Okada, bring back money, home food for their family, and they go again in the morning. 80% of people who are not having money, that's what they live on. People who have lost their job in Lagos State, who have nowhere to get employment, the only money they pay them, they use to buy a car to put on the road for survival. So they are decent people who have lost their job, who have no means of getting another job. They end up, and some of us here, in diaspora buy Okada for them there who are there to keep them going. So they're not like these Okada people are not like
even the politicians, they distribute Okada for empowerment.
Yes. They are illiterate people. They are people who are educated driving Okada. Most of them are graduates. I mean, it's just like you said, regulation is the only thing. Tell them where to follow, and how to do it. And apart from that, we have law enforcement agency in Lagos State who can enforce order to this Okada, and they will obey the rules. So why is there someone who behaving like an illiterate? He's behaving like a man that doesn't even go to college by just banning these people from where he knows that there's a law that will enforce laws on them, and they will obey the rules. They will even pay the taxes if you want them to pay tax. This is abruptly nonsense. Like you said, he should reverse what he has done. People are suffering. People need to eat. And to be honest with you, they can't stop Okada in Ikeja. As far as I know, Ikeja, they are just wasting their time because they're going to cause more trouble, more mayhem to ordinary people. And I don't care whether he lost the election. All I care is that people who have no food need to eat. The people at the land level need to survive, and Okada will be left. They should leave them alone. Let them go and see other way to do what they're doing. The problem is not on Okada. Regulate it. Put the law there. Like Tony has said, the law should take its course to anybody that breaks the rule. The cost no problem. In fact, he has lost it.
Thank you. This is just shocking. Tony, do you have anything to add to this story? Because honestly, I can't have enough. I understand the fact that from what is on screen, that is true. You see, we need to limit them from major roads. Apart from the fact that it's not safe, okay, some of these Okada riders are not really competent, you see, to effectively ride that equipment, the Okada. I understand that fact. But I believe that this space, the Okada business space, can be regulated. You see, total ban is going to put additional pressure on neighboring states. You know, you will see them relocating to neighboring states. Those of them that cannot relocate, they will start committing crime in Lagos. Who is going to bear the brunt? It is ordinary Nigerians working in banks, working in ministry. You see that these people, you see, feel that, oh, these people are okay. Look at them in time. Okay, and they will be going after them at night. You see, increase in crime rates. You see, I believe that this will not augur well for anybody. And I am calling on the governor, Sanwo-Olu, to reverse this and actually play a fatherly role. Play a fatherly role in this matter. It's so simple. Just regulate the space. Why ban them? Even if you are going to ban, is there anything in place to cater for those that don't have any other means of livelihood?
You see, we should look at this issue from two angles. The Okada people who make a living from this enterprise, and then the commuters. The commuters will be left out. They themselves have no alternative. If you want to go by the regular buses, a lot of them are going to miss the appointments or even have none. So my personal idea is that apart from reversing it, let's be on piecemeal. Because one thing most Nigerian governors don't realize that sometimes there is an enterprise where government can make so much money out of tax. The number of Okadas, the kind of tax they can collect from them, that is a huge source of revenue. Before you ban Okada and Keke, have alternative. Like I understand they are putting in a fast moving train. Allow some of these things to be operational so that at least the commuters will not suffer from the ban. If the commuters have alternative, they will be out of the trouble you are creating for both of them. Now, in the
Sorry, man,
case of
Tony. Let me cut you off for a minute, Tony. Do
okay,
you know how many Okadas are arrested every day in Lagos State by these police people for illegally collecting money from them?
of course,
Yeah,
they make
they
money
make
out of
they make
government.
money from them for
Yes,
not
because
parking well, but they don't
yeah,
report to the authority. They don't report to the government, and they
of
think they're not
course,
making money. Yeah, of course.
yeah. So
They say, yeah.
yeah, so the issue is proper management of revenue. Put the modality on the ground where gradually you face, if at all you have this plan to ban, let it be on phases. Okay, where you are providing rehabilitation to these Okada people. If you have agriculture, they can get involved in. If you have any other type of profession you want them to get involved, have a scheme where you train these people and then they get loan to establish what you want them to do. Don't throw them. It's like overseas, there is snow, and you push people out in the snow. You don't want their life, you want them dead.
Ah,
Yeah, so
this thing
that yeah,
is terrible.
it's
What
so
we are
terrible
just
that
saying,
yeah,
what we are
because
just saying, see, I want you to see the ban on Okada on tricycles. I have just Googled now. Okay, I realized that yes, yes, the guy giving MC Oluomo the problem is a guy called, you see, Alhaji Aziz Abiola, aka Isti Jabbar. He is the state chairman of the Tricycle Owners and Operators Association of Nigeria, an affiliate union of the NURTW that MC Oluomo was formerly the chairman. And we know that MC Oluomo has a strong hold on the NURTW. So because this is what I think, okay, and from the analysis, okay, the NURTW head office, okay, they are using the Isti Jabbar guy to attack MC Oluomo. And I have to tell our viewers, okay, this is about PDP APC.
Political undertone.
APC undertone.
mm-hmm.
Because they know that in Lagos State, with MC Oluomo, APC will continue to win Lagos for 100 years. Nothing is going to happen. And now, maybe they are trying to hijack Lagos. So we know that the national chairman of the NURTW is from the north. Okay, I don't know the affiliation. Maybe it is an affiliation with a PDP. So they are thinking that let us get rid of MC Oluomo in the NURTW operation in Lagos. Let us install our man. Maybe in the next coming election, we can wrestle Lagos State. We can use the NURTW to wrestle Lagos State from APC. You see, and the governor is wise. Sanwo-Olu is an intelligent man. So they just said, you know what? I have the authority over Lagos. You know what? I'm banning the activities of the NURTW. I am instituting another committee, okay, that will take over the management of Lagos parks. Okay, once I do that, MC Oluomo, he just made MC Oluomo the head of that committee. So effectively, MC Oluomo is still controlling the NURTW. And now, some months after they ban Okada and tricycles, that is the Isti Jabbar. That is the association that the Isti Jabbar guy having issues with MC Oluomo is heading. So you see, nobody is a fool. We know exactly what is happening. Okay, even if I don't know, so somebody else will come up with the analysis and will discern it. Okay, so this is the point. We are not here on the diaspora panel to have any issues with anybody. I have an affiliation with the APC. I support the APC. I support Sanwo-Olu. However, I am just appealing. This is a bad move. you are hurting people. That's all. We on Diaspora Global Panel, we endeavor to do our bit, maybe by writing the office of the governor. We will just write and say, please, okay, we know that you are talking about insecurity, and some days ago, Jude, you mentioned it, you saw the story in the news, and I was the wife of this guy, a sound engineer, David Imo, that was killed by Okada riders. They killed him because of arguments about change. They killed the guy, they burnt his body. And I know that some of these Okada riders, some of them are dodgy. And some of them, they are miscreants. Some. But we have many responsible men and women doing this job, using it to put food on the table. We understand what the government is saying, that they need to sanitize that space, but this is not the way. Come to think of it, you see, this, is leading to a sensitive and important topic about the state of the nation that we call Nigeria. Where is our compassion? Why are we just all about killing ourselves? The BRT guy who murdered the girl that was riding on his bus, murdered, raped her or whatever, dumped her body. We see all these stories, ritual killings. Boys killing their girlfriends, 18, 17, 19-year-old boys. We see men, women committing ritual murder. We see guys using their girlfriends for money ritual, killing everywhere. We saw what happened to Deborah Samuel. Nobody had compassion on this girl. Where is our compassion as a country? Something happened in Ghana. A Nigerian boy was caught stealing. This guy, he was caught stealing. With what is going on in Nigeria, what this guy did, my friends, do you not think they would have burnt him alive like they do all over the place in Nigeria?
Of course.
Please, can you talk about the compassion in Nigeria? Where is our compassion? Why is it that we are just about killing ourselves? Please, Tony, if you can just do justice to this.
Where there is lawlessness, anything goes. Where there is a lot of suffering, anything goes. This is just psych reaction to an uncomfortable situation. Killing in Nigeria is no big news. When people kill, they are not punished. When people kill, they get away with it. So at any point in time, people don't believe in justice again. It's like jungle justice. Look at the typical example. Somebody was caught stealing.
Yeah.
And then they did what they used to do in so many old secondary school in Nigeria. When you commit offense, they will get part of the premise for you to cut grasses or to fetch water to the refectory. That's exactly what they did for this guy. Rather than killing him, they gave him some community, even in US, they call it community duty. He went and did some manual job, and then they gave him food to eat. To Nigerians, this is a miracle. But this is the way it should be. You cannot just kill hungry people who have no food. Well, our big guys are stealing billions. Our Attorney General just stole
80 billion.
80 billion. And yet we are killing Nigerians on the street because they stole watch, they stole pickpocket, maybe they stole 100 naira. You kill the person outright, and then you leave the main armed robbers in government who are stealing billions, millions. Nothing happens to them. So we should borrow a leaf from this scenario. We are not happy that a Nigerian is abroad stealing, but it's the moral lesson that comes out of it, because two wrongs cannot make a right. When somebody does something wrong, you should be able to kind of put some succor, find
Yeah.
out what happened, see how you can help this person not to steal again. But in our own case here, we don't give a lot of poor people second chance. Once it's caught, kill him. You
Hmm.
kill him. What lesson, what moral lesson do you teach others? Because all you do is that you are teaching others to go the wrong channel by killing any person who might even steal ordinary loaf of bread. We should allow the law to take its proper course and then find out how we can rehabilitate petty thieves. Because in doing so, we will help others not to do the same.
Thank you, Tony. As we can see on the screen, the boy was caught. He was made to do manual work. He hard work. He was cleaning the gutter. Okay, he cleaned it for so many hours. After he was made to take his bath, he was given clean clothes. He was taken to where, in fact, I watched it, where they fed him. And they kept asking him, "Did we beat you?" He said no. He said, what did we do? He said, they gave me new clothes. They fed me. They even asked him, "How many banku do you want to eat?"
Yeah.
He said 3. Later he said 4. You could see that he was so hungry.
Yes.
He was so hungry. And they bought it for him. And then what really made this story a fantastic story, because for me, I do not believe that the story was planned. What made it fantastic was that there was a girl there. You could see that, honestly, you see, I've been hearing true love, true love, true love. And I keep saying, yes, it exists. Okay? But seeing it play out live was something intriguing for me. I have to be honest. Because the boy, when was it, the girl, and that girl just said, "I like him." And they said, "Oh, you like him?" The girl said, "Yes." They asked the boy, do you like him?" The boy said, "Yes." The next thing, they now said they should hug. You could see that it was pure.
Yeah.
It was pure. This was not planned. Jude, it's good to end
Yes.
on a happy note. You can see that I'm smiling.
Yeah, it's good. Very good. Very good. You are right.
What do you think about, because when you brought it to my attention, you see, I said that I watched it. But what can we make out of this? But I think that this is a lesson. From the analysis of Tony, this is a lesson. Where is our compassion in Nigeria?
Dr. Kunle, Nigerians are not compassionate. From the head to the bottom, from the president to the layman on the streets. The people in authority has made the people underneath them believe that it's all about me alone, all about what they want to get, and as such, they have put Nigeria in such a grip so that nobody have affection for one another. When somebody come into the office, he thinks about how he can make a 80 billion, 100 billion for himself. Is that not being compassionate about those who have nothing to eat? So they have passed the message down to the bottom people, and so people are living in a self-contained atmosphere whereby it's all me, and if
It's
I don't
all
have
about
it,
me.
yeah, if I don't have it, I'm
My
going to kill you.
destiny is in
I'm going
my
to waste you.
hands.
Yeah. In Ghana, it's not like that. In Ghana, it's not like I've lived in Ghana. Ghana is lovely. They don't look at money as big thing. They just want to be happy, eat their food, go to work, and everybody is fine. They don't think about you. Don't watch how many cars you drive. They don't care whether you have a big car, you can drive somebody can drive around you, you don't even see your car. In Nigeria, it's not like that. Nigeria is all about how many cars have you got? Are you driving a Mercedes Benz? Are you driving a Volvo? Are you driving a Jeep? So that has run down that trend down to the lowest people. Ghana is a different, not only Ghana, other West African countries near Nigeria behave like that. Only Nigeria is where there's tension. And I just pray that this can mail up some people down, not everybody, because as we are talking here, people are paying 100 million to acquire an office that will pay them 56 million for 4 years. Tell me the sense in this. Somebody's going to apply and you're spending more money than the amount they're going to earn. Does it make sense? It's not telling you they're coming to steal the money and run away. So is that not incompassionate? I mean, you can apply for a job that you are gonna put more money than what you're earning. It doesn't make sense. Nigeria is finished. Nigeria is just like a course. Sorry about that. Nigeria is finished. We don't think, we don't reason. And as such, it has entered our memory, has entered our brain, it has even become part of us. That's why we are not compassionate. We have to learn. We have to start learning from this attitude. This is what we have seen now. I just hope some of us, it touched me, it touched you, and that's why we're doing it here. But how many people does it touch? Does it touch the people in authority? Does it touch people who have been that have been going around the cycle trying to become president all again? Jonathan is coming back to the next 4 years after being 4 years in 6 years. I want to be 4 years. What is he coming to do? What are they coming back to do? Is that compassionate? Does it make sense? I mean, think about it. They are teaching us, they have taught people in Nigeria to be arrogant. And that's what Nigeria is until something happened to that country and bring that country to order. Thank you, Ghanaians, for doing this to my brother.
Thank you, Ghanaians.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for teaching us,
yes,
humanity. Thank you so much.
Appreciate that.
We really appreciate what you have done for this boy, even though that guy did not know what he has done. Yeah. He has actually mended a lot of hearts. You see, and I must say that we really appreciate what has come from Ghana regarding this boy. We are not in support of what he has done, but this is a beautiful story.
Right.
Yes. And we are very happy that we are ending on this note. A Nigerian boy caught in Ghana stealing, forced to do manual work, and then rehabilitated. Thank you, Ghana. I think our Okada riders, our students, our men and women on the street, those living a difficult life will take a cue. You don't need to murder anybody. You don't need to kill anybody. You don't need to burn anybody. Please, let us restore our humanity. And as Judas said, that, if the politicians, they have to lead by example. Lead by example. Thank you. We have come to the end of today's program. We want to thank our viewers for joining us today and for letting us be part of their, evening, morning, and afternoon. We really appreciate you. We want to thank Judunwa Okolo from Dublin, as always, for finding time out of his, busy schedule to join this program, to partake in it, and to build, a promising episode that I think has actually delved into the happenings in Nigeria, for the week that has just passed. I also want to thank Anthony Eze from the United States for finding time out of your busy schedule to be part of today's program. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And I have to thank our families as well, because as much as we are the ones online, I know that our wives, our kids are sacrificing for us to be online because they are, taking the battle. They are running the affairs of our homes while we are doing this. Thank you. We really appreciate you. Please give us a like and subscribe to our channel. We will see you again next week.